My name is Jed De La Paz, and I'm a dentist in Tacoma, Washington. And I help plant the church, LifeBridge Church, in our area. And something that we've learned to do and want to do is to share about Jesus where we live, work, and play. And so, one story I'm going to share is an experience of doing that where I work. And while I always thought about reaching our patients, the people that walk through the doors, I've realized that one of the biggest mission fields is the very people you work with, because those are the people you see every day. And I had one person who was my office manager at the time, and his name was Bronson. And when I first met him, he was atheist. He was anti-God, anti-church, and he had some bad experiences, but he had this big question that he couldn't figure out. And he said, I don't understand why there is so much suffering in the world when there's supposed to be this God of love. Why doesn't he do something about it? And so we became closer. We became friends, and there was an opportunity for me to share when he asked that question. So I remember I went with my friend at the time, Xander. We opened up the Bible with him, and we basically did a Bible study. We went to the parable of the wheat and the tares, and we broke it down, what it means, talked about the great controversy, how there could still be suffering in the world, but God is still love, and in the end, he's going to prove it all. And we thought we did it completely and comprehensively, and we were like, okay, like, so what? What was going to happen next? We thought you would make a decision to like believe in God. But guess what happened? Nothing. He still didn't really say he believed in God. He still didn't really like go to church, but he started to make steps, and he started joining small groups. He started volunteering at some health clinics we do for the community, and eventually he attended an evangelistic series that we put together, and it was then that he made a decision for baptism. And I went up to him. I remember asking him, and I said, "Hey, how did you finally come to decide to be baptized? Did we finally answer all the questions that you had?" And what he said really surprised me at the time. He said, well, while that did help, what really convinced me and convicted me was seeing you and all the other people at your work share the love of God, not just in the practice, but also out. They were consistent, and they lived it out with their whole lives. And he said, that's what really touched me. And so I share the story because I know I used to be afraid to share about Jesus, especially in the workplace and other areas, because I felt like I didn't know enough, or I wasn't eloquent, or I wasn't a Bible scholar. But this shows that we don't have to be all that. Jesus just invites us to share what he's done in our lives, to share his love, and that his spirit will do the convicting, will do the convincing. And with Bronson, that was the case. He says because of how we treated him and how we treated others, that really touched him. And now he's continuing, and he's passionate about serving. He moved back to the island of Kauai in Hawaii, and he started his own small groups, and now he's starting his own free clinic for the community. Isn't that amazing? Someone that was atheist, that didn't want anything to do with God, is now on fire. He was sent, and he's doing big things for God. So if you know someone in the workplace that's atheist or someone that's hard to talk to, don't be afraid to talk to them, because God can do miraculous things through you. And he did through Bronson. He did it to Paul. And I know he could do it for someone in your life today.